Red Wings lose 2-4 to the Winnipeg Jets. God, this game was both the best and the worst of this season, I would say. Let's talk about it. Horrible start. Awful start. Seconds in, the Jets dump the pumpkin. Fine. Bernier gets out of the net to stop it, leaves it for Eriksson. Eriksson, forced turnover by Matthew Perreault, up to Adam Lowry, who just skates just leisurely through three wings. No one's on Tanev. Tanev shoots, scores 1-0 seconds into the first period. You know, Mike Babcock often talks about not starting on time. That was a great example of the Wings not starting on time. And Jeff Blashill, he delayed game for a little bit as if he was going to review something. I think he was just reviewing, did the Wings start on time or not? Anyway, though, that goal happened before we were even able to register what was going on in this game. By the way, Mike Green's back in the lineup. That's pretty good. We have a somewhat better-looking defense. Problem is, for me, is that he taked Dennis Cholowski's spot on the power play instead of Kronwall's spot on the power play. I think you have a better outcome when you give Green and Cholowski, who are the two best defensive defensemen on the team, the two power play spots. But that's just me. I'm just trying to be logical. Anyway, in the first period, the Jets are putting on the pressure like crazy, beating us to every race. The Wings are playing really hard, but not really effective, and the Jets get a lot of shots. And they just get a lot more chances, too. It wasn't really until the end of the first that the Wings started to get some chances. With tenths of a second to go, Wheeler skates around the net, comes in front, he shoots, and goes off Vanek's stick, who I think was trying to tip it away from Connor. But it goes right past Jonathan Bernier, and makes it 2-0 Winnipeg. 0.08 seconds left on the clock. Come on, guys. You gotta do better than that. Both on the scoreboard and the shot counter, the Wings were not good in the first period. We were outshot 10-4 for Winnipeg. And then, early in the period, I'm detecting a theme here. Little, skating behind the net, gets it to Kyle Connor. Every single wing is looking at Brian Little. When Kyle Connor has the puck, he shoots, it tips off of Green's stick and into the net. So far, 2 of those 3 goals, they were fluky. One went off Green's stick, one went off Vanek's stick, but you could almost directly blame them on the Wings just not being responsible in their own zone. The Jets are dominating the first part of the second period, but Wings are on a penalty kill. Lots of penalties in this game, I noticed. Helm with a pretty good deke to get the puck out of the zone on the penalty kill. He passes it to Hronek. Hronek and Glendening are going down. Hronek fakes the wrist shot, passes it over to Glendening, who shoots it and scores 3-1 Winnipeg Jets. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying we're coming a little bit closer. And here on, the Wings start to turn it on. Once they have some life in them, they start to have a better second period, and I would say third period too, than one of the best teams in the league. And although we only got rewarded once, the shots were 20-9 in the third period. Laurent Brossoit was amazing. I say once again, very similar to some other games before. If it wasn't for the other team's goalie being great, it might have at least been a closer game. All right. Wings power play in the third. Again, we're deep in the zone, cycling back and forth. Kronwall to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Kronwall. Kronwall to Cholowski. He shoots and scores. 3-2. Wings are back in this. And for the rest of the third period, I think the Jets had a little bit of that Wings disease where once a couple goals go in, all of your strength and all of your skill and all of your confidence goes away. Wings start to put it on. Laurent Brossoit was amazing, like I said before. And it was just a couple of misplays. The Wings have a lot of trouble getting out of their own zone, making a breakout. We also have a slightly hard time, breaking in. But the Wings put it on, and they can't get a goal. FCU gets a breakaway, no dice. I will say, despite not winning this game, the second half of it was the Wings game. So if you had just started on time, a couple bounces went a couple of different ways, but if you had just fixed some basic mistakes, I think you could have won this game, or at least got a point out of it. It's the easy mistakes that worry me less. Because the easy mistakes, all you need is for somebody to just be like, hey, don't do that. As opposed to the really hard mistakes, which you can only really make up for with changing personnel. However, Connor hits the empty net. 4-2 Jets. Shots were 10-6 for the Wings. In total, it was 34-26, which is great for us, especially great considering we're playing one of the best teams in the league. I will say this again, despite their struggling, they're still the Jets, they're still a cup contender. The Wings were right with them just for 3 bad mistakes. The only thing I have to say about this game is just there's going to be a lot of frustrating games like this where it looks like we might come back, or it looks like we have something going and the other team just outskills us. And the Jets, even as injured as they are, without they don't have Dustin Bufflin, they're still very well skilled, both in the offensive and defensive zone. I think this was exactly the kind of game, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up because it's going to be important come April, May. This was exactly the kind of game you want in a proper rebuild. You're not gonna win. You want to at least make it a good loss. I would say this game was a better game than, for example, the 3-2 loss in Montreal, the 3-2 loss in Washington. Even though the score was a little bit different, the mistakes you made in this game were a lot more fixable, whereas the part where we were on was a lot less fluky. I would rather have these kind of frustrating, tough playing games where we play really well but just can't get it done than, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but let's be honest, I'd rather have that than the games we had in that crazy 12-game stretch in November where we give up a 3-goal lead and just, rely on Dylan Larkin to win in overtime. These are the kind of losses that A, puts you in a better place in the standings for the end of the year in terms of draft position, and B, I think your team learns more from a 4-2 hard-fought loss than a 4-3 overtime win where you gave up the lead. So anyway, that's me, again, trying to be optimistic. This is an early video. Hopefully I can get it up before I have to go to basketball band, actually. I have been Jacob. I will see you all next time. And Wild tonight, Saturday night. I'll see you next time.